We are now live, I believe.
Yeah, just went live. Just went live.
Oh, there's echo. Alright.
Am I causing the echo?
Oh, well, I opened the Twitch chat, so, I opened my Twitch to copy the link, so.
Oh. Do you want me to link the Twitch chat to Discord?
Just did so.
Oh.
Anyways, waiting for people to hop on in. I think I should probably turn your volume up. Not as many, solves to go through today.
How many are we looking at?
I can tell you we're starting at 82nd and immediately skipping a bunch of solutions because there was significant overlap between cycles and tarcles in the lower end.
Oh, so this could be a short one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is probably going to be a way shorter stream. Good morning.
God.
Nobody's saying good morning. They're all saying good meowing. Good whatever time it is of the day it is for everyone.
God, my sleeping pattern might not get nuked for once. If it's going to be a short stream, we're also starting early.
Oh yeah, the stream title. Speaking of the stream titles, Orfax, what do you think of the our brand new Vitriol puzzle of the orange variety?
I thought it was a great puzzle. Love what you did with the Vitriol.
Oh,
Big
that's
fan.
Kazian.
Oh, yeah, I know it was Kazian, but yeah.
Yeah.
Kazian. God damn it.
Good thing he's not here to listen to us mess up his name.
Oh. I'm not going to recover from that reveal for a while.
He's probably gonna... I think he probably hates us discussing it more than us just pronouncing his name wrong.
See, now I know that there's a way to get it right. I have to get it right. I have to optimize it, damn it.
Mm-hmm. I also have a few cubes of cheese that I'm eating before the stream. Cats can have a little cheese. As a treat.
I threw the kettle on so I can... Actually, I might go make my tea and then come back.
Alright, sounds good to me. Hookery says that their cat says hi too. I will say hi back. Good meowing, good afternoon, and good evening, good evening, everyone, wherever you are. Hope your days have been perfect so far. It's meowing for you still? Good to know. It is currently 10 p.m. for me. How do I pronounce your name correctly, Hookery? Hookery? Impatiently waiting for UVS Nirvana.
Everyone. Orange glad there's a new Zach game coming out.
Aura Channel has been talking about it in the chat. When is it coming out? Like just midway through our stream, probably?
When the fuck? It's 3:30 p.m. UTC.
3:30 p.m. UTC, which is -8, so 11:30. Maybe we'll finish before then. You know, I
Oh,
should have
one.
gotten some
Okay,
water.
hour and a half.
An hour and a half. Yeah, maybe we can finish before it. We'll go grab some water.
How we doing, chat? I'm basing that off like a random comment I found in the Discord, by the way. So maybe not the most definitive source of information.
UBS Nirvana chat on the Discord. Logic gates. It ain't no Opus Magnum. I'm looking forward to the new journal though.
I'm looking forward to.
Oh, you go first.
I'm looking forward to releasing the new journal.
Yeah, it's by usual timelines, it's out on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tuesday night for a lot of people. Tuesday night, Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday morning for me, Wednesday morning for you.
But this was the first week where we never went back on any of our initial picks at all.
Damn. The week with the most submissions, and it's the week that you had least amount of hesitation on.
Thought there was some. I thought there were a couple of bangers in there.
They're just like
and
five.
Artheo agreed with me.
Just 5 straight bangers, and you both agree. I'm looking forward to these 5 unanimous bangers.
Definitely, no one will have any problems with them whatsoever.
Oh boy, that never goes well. Take a little space.
It was exactly what I was hoping would happen when I picked the theme. People like were struggling at first, but then got real creative with it.
Mm-hmm. But alright, we should be good to begin. Let me grab the parser, which is actually already here. I just need to drag it over to the proper place. Alright. We will be starting at... Where is it? Way up there. 82nd. Elko. I'm categorizing this as cycles because it has a track. That is the main reason this is cycles. We're doing cycles first, by the way. That's what the mainstream did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we'll be going too deep into the actual deep cycles theories that the mainstream went into. I don't even know what y'all talked about on the mainstream. I wasn't there for most of it. But, the fastest, the cutoff was at, the cutoff was 43 cycles. That's not that far away. No, that's not...
It's not that far away from Min, but it's far enough away from Min where we don't really have to worry about talking about latency theory.
Yeah. We won't be seeing much proliferation here? Nope, not much. But yeah. This probably scored okay on Tarcles as well, but it didn't make the cutoff for that. But it's a solve that works. Right. Next up we have an 80th, Ship Supreme. Satisfyingly mirrored. This also looks like a first solve. Yeah?
I do think if the submission numbers continue trending the way they are, the days of week 1 and 2 and 3 where like it was an achievement just to make top 50, it'll start to be easy to make top 50 again.
Yeah. Not absolutely
like especially
necessary.
if weeks end the computation puzzle.
Yeah. Currently week 9. I mean, if the usual turnout for area is usually anything to go by. If you have anywhere near min primary, you're probably doing alright. Just given how area usually goes, like, what was it? What's the last area puzzle I remember? Thermal Fuse? Because I participated in that one. You could get pretty far by just getting min plus X.
Yeah, like min plus 2 or 3 was already like top 20.
Yeah. Which,
As opposed to week 1 this year, where you needed min plus 1 just to make top 50.
Yeah.
Jeez, still can't believe that happened.
I mean, that is a somewhat easier area puzzle, I would say, maybe. I'm not gonna say too much more. We're gonna have to see. But yeah, nice symmetric solve. Next up we have in 79, Barbasax. New player. Welcome to the tournament. Zorfax, what do you think of this solve? It's got hex arms.
It does. They're plus instructioning first, though.
So unfortunate.
It's kind of almost looks like a Tarcle solve, just with, you know, a bunch of
tracks. You know, we
just take out the track and...
We call those Karms solves. How many Karms is this? For 333. Yeah. 333.
Not too bad.
Yeah. Though I would say this...
It's not confirmed that there's a computation puzzle, but historical precedence says likely.
Mm-hmm.
Unless Kazian is really based.
The Zorflex is known computation hater.
The tournament does not need computation. I will die on that hill.
Mm-hmm. Alright, 78, we have DP 101. Tarcles Prolif track. We're seeing proliferation. So, I don't... Proliferation was needed for min cycles, right? Because you just don't have enough silver. You need to generate them enough quickly.
Metal is limiting, so yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
so you
even
have
with proliferation, metal's limiting.
Even with proliferation, metal is limiting. Yeah, I see. Is min rate limiting?
I think also yes.
Because min rate, you get to use a whole ass gold. You get to make whole ass gold, I think.
Whole ass gold and then reject it into silver.
There's purification, yeah. And you have extra quicksilver to feed back in, but that's only extra. Proliferation math is complicated. I'm not pulling out the whole ass spreadsheet to do the math. Anyways, the notes here say. First try at Tarcles. I've gone back and forth about what... Oh, this is a Tarcles solve.
Whoops.
I've gone back and forth about whether proliferation is correct for this metric. No, wait, no. DP101 has a better Tarcles. This is just what ended up here. Because this is the fastest Tarcles that she made. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so, no, we can still show this off. I've gone back and forth about whether proliferation is correct for this metric, since it costs a few arms, but as long as it's not doubling your arm count, you're probably good. Hate the one piece of track I used at the bottom, but without it, I can't grab the atom for the final bond. This will probably improve shortly, but I figured I should make sure before to submit at least something. Yeah, she made better, with less arms, but more cycles, but better Tarcles, so... We're gonna see a different solve in the other metric. Oh, where'd it go? How much Tarcles is this, though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 arms? 540?
Yeah. No. 90 times... Yes. 540.
No, there's also a 2-track. Never mind.
Oh.
7 times 90? 630. Yeah. Alright. Next up we have in 76, some username 6. We're skipping actual Tarcle solves, by the way. That's why the number is jumping. We're seeing a lot of... Oh yeah, these are cycle solves. This one uses proliferation to speed things up, but it's just not pouring fire fast enough. One is pulling fire at a somewhat leisurely pace, and two, the silver has to go so far to reach the other output.
There's an absolute boatload of latency on this one as well. Like, you can tell at some point all the inputs just stop getting pulled, and yeah,
you're just waiting for the silver to come into the output. They all have halt instructions on them. I just saw all the arms go dark. Yeah. Also, wanting on the bottom? Let me see if that happens.
Is it the dictionary definition of wanding, or is it...
I don't exactly call that
sparkling
wanding.
lustrous syrup?
It's sparkling lustrous syrup. No, there's not even debonding. There's no debonders in this off. No, it's just it's just a fast handoff, mostly. Somewhat you can call that wanding if you want. Just call that a handoff, a fast handoff, something like that. But yeah, next up we have Iris at 66 at 75th place.
You can call it wanding if you want, but I won't.
Oh my god! Imagine building this nightmare and you only still in 75th.
Respect for the effort. Proliferation glyph. Right in the middle, surrounded by many arms.
Why is this so slow? Oh, just the oh, yeah, it's another boatload of latency. Saw it.
It's almost like there's too many arms all over the place for its own good.
Yeah.
It's like they get in the way. There's not actually much room to maneuver stuff.
I'd say, Iris, have you heard of track loops? But there are track loops in this solve. I guess there just needs to be more track loops. And it seems like too many arms that each only do one thing. The right side almost looks like an odd 6 out. I feel like this was very much built with like the triplex pipeline in mind, and then random bullshit go for the other side. I wouldn't say that, but just.
Does this have solution notes?
No, it doesn't.
Oh. It speaks for itself, I guess.
I guess. Just a lot of latency on the right side. Guess, probably couldn't get the geometry right, maybe?
Well, yeah, because there's so many arms that the actual space you have to rotate is limited, so it has to do a bunch of translating.
But yeah. Alright, next up we have in 70th, because we skipped a bunch of Tarcles solves that are faster than this. Hennessy. At 56 cycles.
We're going to get to 50th before my tea cools down enough for me to drink it.
This almost looks like Tarcles, but it has a lot of track. Yeah, we're back to no proliferation.
It's definitely the Tarcles feel to it.
Yeah. There's just a few too many arms to make it like maybe it's actually just a modification of a Tarcle solution. No, it's just new solution 1. I guess it's a modification of a new solution 1 to be somewhat Tarcle, somewhat cycly. But it has tracks. Maybe.
Somewhat Tarcly, somewhat cycly.
Somewhat Tarcly, yeah. We have the best commentary on the appreciation stream here. Wasn't there a 50 times 5 Tarcles solve on the mainstream? Which is crazy fast for 5 arm. Oh yeah, there was. Wow. By Lilia, I believe. I'll have you know, like, setting the filter to filter out, like, to make sure that 50 times 5 does not appear on the Cycles stream to spoil Tarcles was very difficult. I think the only reason it wasn't shown because Lilia had better Cycles. So yeah, it was. If I happen to skip your solve and you think it should have been shown, please tell me. It is very much likely the filter is still not perfect.
This is actually pulling silver every 2. So without proliferation, this is as low as rate will get.
Mm-hmm. Alright, next up we have Heavy at 69th place. The solution notes is just a bunch of key spam, so I will not read them. This is a speed solve. It says it right there. It's a speed solve.
Speed solve.
And a whole pyramid of glyphs on the other side.
Of which is proliferation.
It's like proliferation, triplex, purification, debond, calcification, and more triplex. Great triangle. Yeah, this was a big one. Great triangle. Kev.
So I imagine with this being min rate without proliferation, that the cycle count might be about to plateau for a bit.
Maybe, yeah. This also didn't make the cutoff for being a Tarcles solve. I think I set the limit for Tarcles at 500 Tarcles. So anything that's 500 or better is a Tarcles solve. Alright, next up we have Ultra Short Pulse at also 55 cycles, but 645 cost. This one has proliferation. Oh, this one proliferates gold.
Tarcles is track hexes times the number of arms times the cycle count.
Oh, I like this. This is clever.
So basically the trick is to just not use track, and it's just number of arms times your cycle count. So you have to try and get a low cycle count with relatively few arms, as opposed to cycles, where you can just use as many arms as you like. By the way, this is a cool solve.
Cycles. Yeah, it's proliferation is basically a silver input that processes that comes out every 3 cycles. That's how I'm thinking of it. Since the rejected Quicksilver just gets fed back to make more gold. Proliferation is such an interesting glyph. I love that it's every 3. It makes maths interesting instead of just saying that every Quicksilver is a gold. Somewhat. Because, you know, it just can't proliferate fast enough when it comes to rate. Alright, next up we have, also at 55 cycles, but at 315 cost, we have Revealed. Slightly better than double rate. Ah yes, this is the This is also pulling pulling silver every 2 cycles, with a bit more latency.
Why didn't they just call it trackless calms though? Tarcles sounds funnier.
We could still just call it Tarcles, even if it is trackless calms. It wasn't actually because back then when the metric was invented, we didn't really do restrictions like that. Like, back when it was invented, as in when I invented this metric.
I think when I did Tarcles, I actually did impose the hard limitation of no track allowed, because I do believe in it should just be a restriction,
Oh
but
yeah, I do believe that now as well, but that was back in the day when metric points were a thing.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, your tournament had metric points. I forgot that.
Yeah, I mean, it still works with metric points, you just don't score for that solve, but, like, you know. Back then, I liked the idea of you submit a solution, you get two scores, minimum.
Hmm.
Yeah. As long as you solve it, you get your basic points for two metrics. Nowadays, I'm like, yeah, it's not that much effort to make a solve that just fits the restrictions, for the most part.
Yeah, I think that's why I did it.
Yeah.
And also, my tournament didn't have metric points, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you, Panic, for getting rid of metric points.
Thank you, Panic.
Alright, and next up we have in 66, finally a Cycles drop again. At 53 cycles, we had Loco Rojo. Proliferation is back. This actually stops pulling silver, everyone. This actually has silver waste.
Silver waste? It's throwing out lead. Oh, wait, yeah. Why is the... Silver's being waste chained.
I see that it's mostly just it's a two-piece off.
If it's like the arm that's, because the silver that gets put on the proliferation glyph needs to be refreshed. Is that the only thing there's... Yeah, okay. It's not the only thing as arms do. Otherwise, you could just halt instruction them.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you could just use the silver in the output, make an odd one out or some shit, but...
Yeah, but this is a two-piece solve.
But this is a two-piece solve.
Can you believe it? You can do this faster. Go faster than this with only 5 arms.
That's an insane thing to say.
Well, I mean, we did see it.
I mean, it's an insane thing to have happen.
Yeah. 5 arms and no track, I assume. And no proliferation, true. This solve just has too much idle time. Look at all the blank instructions between each 2 products. That's its main problem. It can't keep up with the rate. The proliferation isn't actually putting in too much because of all the blank downtime.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of...
Proliferation gives you extra... Yeah, proliferation gives you extra silver, then you throw whole ass silvers away.
And there are, like, and the proliferation glyph itself has downtime.
Yeah. But yeah, for the most part, cycles you usually want to just try to at least keep minimum rate. Though not here. Not this puzzle.
I was looking forward to a proliferation cycles puzzle. That was actually one of the things I was hoping Kazyang would do this year.
Yeah.
So I was quite happy to see this.
Yeah.
Especially with it being a Vitriol.
I have seen people say that they thought the tournament so far was also missing a cycles puzzle where it's mostly a secondary race, and this one's it. This is the secondary race type, the cycle stuff. I would say it's about as difficult as Touchstone.
Possibly Touchstone. So the thing about, I guess, this puzzle and Touchstone is that, I guess, I think Touchstone's harder than this.
Yeah.
With all the batching stuff that you have to do with Touchstone.
I mean, it's no tonic of hydration, but
yeah, I think the thing is, like cycles secondary races are fun, but like I do think it needs like even the cycles metrics that eventually devolve into secondary races. Do you still want a meaty primary? So like you don't want like a giant secondary race. I mean those can be cool too, but as long as the secondary is interesting. But
Yeah.
I guess with this puzzle and
this
also
one
with
is
Touchstone, it's good that the cycle's primary had a bit of meat on its bones in the first place.
Yeah. This one's a good balance between the difficulty of the cycles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's three kind of cycles puzzles in tournament. The first one is like tonic hydration, where if you don't have min cycles, you're probably not getting. Well, with this year's competition, if that were in this year, you probably won't get top 50 if you don't get min cycles on tonic hydration.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then we have a puzzle like this where you can still make top 50, but like barely if you like have min plus single digits maybe. But for the most part, it is a secondary race. And then we have stuff like high gloss finish. And Amelia's Catalyst. Where min cycles is...
I like... The cycles monsters have their own atmosphere, I guess.
Yeah, they do. They're a different kind of puzzle, and they're a different kind of tournament puzzle entirely. Like for the
they're a different breed of puzzle.
If you're like a high performing player, they are a different thing to think about because like for the difficult puzzles throughout the week, you're mostly thinking about can I shave a cycle, but for this one, most of the week you're thinking about shaving cost, and it's that those are two different like points of expertise, I would say. The Rebix did win both, so, you know. Alright. Next up, we have in 60. I have been pressing F10 and F11. Wrong buttons. Next up, we have also F53 Cyclist, but 320 cost, 42 Genus 42. Wow, everything looks so much simpler. This looks
before
like
every stream.
Yeah.
Before every stream, I have to remind myself which F key it is to actually cycle through the parser, whether it's like F9 or F10 or whatever.
Yeah, well, I know F10 is a load solution button, so I just base it off that. Because F10 is always a load. F10 is a load solution button in Opus Magnum. So you can't really change that. Also, note say, hi Fist Constellation stream. Hi 42 Genius 42. But yeah, this
solver's doing Tarcles assembly.
Yeah, I think this feels like Tarcles, but modified.
but with 7 arms.
Yeah. It's sped up Tarcles, sorta, I would say. Uh, 42 Genius 42 says in the solution title that this is the same cycles as when he tried it with the proliferation glyph. So, you know, kind of like the previous solution we saw. But proliferation does make things faster.
I'll have to spend between now and the next tournament. I'm sure there'll be plenty of time for me and perhaps most of us to get more comfortable with how proliferation like fucks with cycles and rate theory. Because it is really interesting how it fucks with cycles and rate theory, being a 1 in 3 glyph that generates material as, you know, in conjunction with 1 in every 2 glyphs being the inputs.
When it comes to rate, the way I like to think about it is that every 3 inputs you pull, you have to think of it as every 3 inputs you pull.
Yeah.
And for those 3 inputs, if you can generate 2 Quicksilver, those 2 Quicksilver can turn into any metal.
The bit that's complicated is that it can be a bit puzzle dependent on
Yeah.
like sometimes you just don't need to generate that much. Like I think if I remember correctly, the new journal puzzle for Prospector's Solvent, like that's a puzzle where you only need like some tin in the output, and you're given like lead and quicksilver, but also proliferation glyph, and you can go as high as you want. You go all the way up to gold, but you don't need gold.
Yeah.
You just you stop at copper because copper's all you need to make the salt likes limiting. So there's gonna be a bunch of like, you know, puzzle dependent balancing measures you take to get the proliferation glyph to generate what you need.
I do think there will be an interesting design space when it comes to tournaments, when it comes to RG puzzles that makes salt limiting, but salt is only limiting if you proliferate, and like
Yeah.
what you proliferate is somewhere in between, and is it worth it or not?
There's a lot of cool puzzle design space I
Yeah.
think we'll see in future years with this
in
glyph.
good metric space. Yeah, proliferation is cool.
I'm so
I like
glad
it.
we were able to talk Zach into that glyph.
Did you hate it? What was his thoughts on it initially?
He kept being like, so it's a duplication glyph, right? Is it just a duplication glyph? It's just duplication for metals? And we're like, yes and...
Did you have to explain to him why you can't just have duplication for metals and have it work exactly like duplication?
Yes, we did have to go through that with him. It was a bit of, it's big and it's actually creative because
Whose idea was it to make it big and chunky?
It's actually that was actually his idea, funnily enough. Going from small triangle to big triangle was Zach's idea, and we were all like, you know what, cool idea.
Cool idea. It's big and fancy, might as well. I like it. I like how that's big and chunky.
Yeah, I heard the suggestion. I'm like, big triangle. That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
there was a bit of faffing around with whether or not it'd be a diamond or something, but big triangle was
diamond. Ooh, how would that work?
Yeah, not as well as big triangle.
Yeah, I like big triangle. It also makes sense. You just combine the two sides and you go to the one side. I mean, it's not like it's, the animation on it is so cool as well. I also find it funny how it's an animismus glyph sound. I think we figured that out last on one of these streams. I forgot if it was with you.
Yeah,
or
I think
it
was literally on
or was
stream
it with both of us, both of you?
Yeah. I was here for that.
Yeah, we just figured out which glyph sound it actually steals from. Alright, next up we have in 63rd, because we skipped another Tarcles solve. At 52 cycles, we have thingy. The notes say, the beat goes so hard. Fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji. And in brackets.
So true.
So true.
Spit your shit.
This one uses proliferation. This one is pulling as fast as possible and using the occasional proliferation. And then it, like, after, it purifies whatever it proliferates, so that's one copper wasted. No, that's one iron wasted every time you purify copper, right?
So every time, one silver is demoted for the proliferation glyph, and then it gets fed back into a purifier. The second silver just gets demoted so that copper doesn't go to waste, and that quicksilver is just thrown the fuck out.
Oh. Is there no projection in this puzzle? Oh, there is. Yeah.
Well, the thing you would do is to proliferate more often. That's what you would actually want to do.
What you would do is you just keep the silver there and keep on rejecting it until it turns into lead, and then you throw it out away.
Oh, that's probably even more relevant.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's what
The
that's what.
second silver, you could just use that for the output. You don't need to like worry about purifying. You could
Well, I
just
mean,
like, yeah,
some
demote the silver till it's lead, throw it out.
yeah, well, some people Severio transformed it too, because these are the exact
Can
glyphs
you
of
imagine
Severio
it with
transformer.
division and projection?
Oh God.
Oh, that gets more complicated.
Division.
Yeah,
If it's division
division
and
would be big because
but if it's division and projection, then you have no way to generate Quicksilver, and proliferation is useless.
well, you proliferate gold and then you reject 2 silver, and your extra quicksilver gets used to re-promote division atoms.
So there's still rejection.
Yeah.
Okay. God, that would be.
No. This is just like on top of purification and
Okay, yeah.
rejection.
Well, that's just all the glyphs.
Like if you just, yeah, if you just got all the glyphs. Wow, that would have been a hell of a Cycles puzzle, yeah, if you had all the metal glyphs.
Wow, if only there were a puzzle with all the metal glyphs. I wonder what that would be like.
Really makes you wonder.
Alright, next up we have in 60-second Petrocat. Same cycles, 410 cost. I wonder if this is a similar method. No, it throws out iron. But does this end up at about the same rate? No, it probably is like just about the same rate. It's also not grabbing Quicksilver as often as possible because one of those was Arm 2 grabbing it, and this is at 6 speed. I think we've just somehow ended up in a roundabout way at about the same, like, general rate. But it's cheaper. And that's one single placement.
It is a bit funny watching these Lower Souls struggle with the metal balancing. Like we had one waste chaining silver and purifying copper, and this one's throwing out iron.
I think basically every single mid-cycle solve had to 6p it. But you're only doing it for like 36 cycles, so it's not that bad.
One other thing that I'm enjoying seeing with all these metal puzzles is the different glyph combinations. They're actually finally slowly being mapped out.
Somebody bring up the
and how they interact with
spreadsheet.
Yeah, like
the Vilfuck spreadsheet. I've been
what a great spreadsheet.
I have been referencing that a lot while we were for the journal submissions. I'm gonna send it in the Twitch chat.
As you should.
Yeah, I've been looking at it and being like, what is an interesting space that hasn't been explored when it comes to puzzle design? Yeah, I mean, like, I'm just gonna follow the link myself and look at it. Like, when are we getting a pure projection and division puzzle? You know what? That actually sounds interesting.
Yeah, that sounds interesting, and we don't have one yet, right? That's
not in the journal.
That's a legit line of thought, and
I wonder how many of these are actually going to be filled in this next journal page.
All right, quick teaser about next journal page. There is one puzzle where we are filling in a new slot on the spreadsheet with one of the puzzles.
Only one?
At least one. No, more than one.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, people are saying you had a 6p because you had to reuse the template silver. I mean, you can swap it out, I guess. Like we've seen in the previous solve. Like this one is like pulling it as often as possible and it just swaps out the catalyst quicksilver, so you could do that too, I guess. so you don't have to 6p it, but it does make it easier.
Then it purifies copper, and what's that? That wastes
We
metallicity,
ignore,
which is 3/5 of an input.
we ignore the waste in this solve, but like it does prove that you don't need to 6p it to like get min cycles probably. I don't know. I'd be curious to see if anybody doing a less than 6p min cycle solve. All right.
There's probably some period 4 shit. I mean, maybe not for min cycles per se, but yeah, there's probably like low period shenanigans.
Yeah. Anyways, this solve is at 50 cycles. We skipped another solve. We skipped 61st. Because that is yet another Tarcles solve.
61st is also a Tarcles, jeez.
It's just, the solution title says, on that skip solve says 312. You can imagine what that is. It says 312 and it's 52 cycles.
Okay, so this one is just proliferating.
Yeah.
All the way down to like lead or whatever.
It just has too high of a latency. I think. No, it's doing one each. Yeah, I don't see how this gets as much Quicksilver as it can. So it's really just latency. Not Quicksilver. It gets as much silver as it can, so it's really just latency, I think.
That, and I don't think it's pulling silver every 2 cycles.
Oh, it's not pulling fire fast enough. Yeah, that's the problem.
Oh, yeah.
It should be doing that faster. Alright, next up we have in 59, GG goal. This looks like Tarcles, but it has a track. But this is better than a lot of the proliferation solves. We haven't reached the minimum of minimum cycles of proliferation as yet.
This was not far away from being a Tarcle solve.
No, but it has it's like, how many arms is this? 6 arms? Plus 2 track, yeah. That's 8. 8 times 50.
Well, that's why I say it's not far away from being a Tarcle solve. I'm looking at like, is there a way to get rid of the track kind of thing?
Oh, this just make the threshold. Not. It's 400 Tarcles.
No, I'm in my head. I'm thinking get rid of the track, and this would be a good Tarcle solve. Is what I'm trying to get at here.
This one is 400 Tarcles, and my limit is 500 Tarcles, unless your 50 cycles are better.
I'm imagining the theoretical 300 Tarcle solve. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it literally exists. Speaking of, it literally exists. Did that say? Feels like a few too many parts, but I needed them all to keep up with min cycles. Is this min cycles without proliferation? It's metal limiting, so that's
yes. I think this is min cycles without proliferation. I think it's because I think it comes down to the silver, which the final silver is like grab bond over input output. So
yeah, 50 makes sense.
I want to say this is min without proliferation. But yeah, no, purification and projection don't appear together until the user submitted puzzles. There is, which is like issue 7 of the journal, was when
reactive gold.
Yeah, which is when reactive gold finally turns up. I think it might have also turned up in like welding thermite, but
that's welding.
So yeah, it's. But it's welding thermite. But yeah, it doesn't really come up until reactive gold, and that was by the time the user submitted puzzles. So it was never actually part of Zach's creative vision for the game at all. It was usually in his head an either-or situation.
How is there any pure projection in the Redemptive Metallurgy campaign?
I never thought about it. Is there?
You know what? I'm just gonna look at the spreadsheet. That's the easiest. Darren Metallica, pure projection. Nope.
Rip.
We have rejection. We have projection rejection. We have purification rejection, which is Severio's transformer and anything related. We have division purification. And we have division rejection and division rejection projection. But purification did not get any love. I think purification's only purpose is Severio's transformer in the Dura Metallica campaign. Oh wait, no, it was there for armor polish as well. In which case, it's the only way to go up after you divide. Yeah. It turns the extra... What was the input of armor polish again?
The crystal.
No, I mean the input.
The tin crystal.
It's iron. Yeah, iron turns into lead and tin, which you then need to purify the lead back into tin. Yeah. So, the purpose is... Purification's purpose in the DLC campaign is mostly just to purify waste back up. Its job is to purify lead.
Severio would, I reckon, be a bit of a purification hater.
He would. Alright, next up we have... In 57th place, what is the username? Are we finally under 50? We're finally under 50. We're past the threshold.
So it is... proliferation only from here on out.
It purifies a... two silver...
Proliferation, sorry.
Yeah. This purifies 2 silver into gold and then uses that as the catalyst because that gives you an extra quicksilver. Ow.
In the meanwhile, wasting 4 metallicity.
Well, it's 47 cycles. It's better than no proliferation, I guess. Is it pulling a fire as often as possible? It is? No, it isn't. I was gonna say it is after it starts going, but that's not true either. But, it's metal limited,
yeah,
so.
There are occasional gaps.
Alright, next up we have No Longer Breathe In at 46 cycles. Well, these solves are getting big. That looks like a lot of latency of just passing things around in the bottom. The notes say, unusually...
That's a big solve.
I have no idea what Cycle's theory says about this puzzle. You probably want to use the last few inputs for the half that has no triplet spawn, though. Wow, this is clean. This feels clean. Except, the fire goes on a whole trip. But those are output first, so it doesn't matter that much. The ones that go all the way around.
Yeah, there's ones that go all the way around or odd one out. Or odd 2 out.
It doesn't matter, it's that it takes so long to come back, because as long as they drop before the other output,
Yeah.
And all the other outputs, like, they could be outputs 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and make a long way to go around, but as long as they drop in before output 6, it doesn't matter for cycles. Right. Next up we have in 55th at 45 cycles, Ivy Pirin. Clockwork Orange. I feel like a lot of people made references to this movie.
Maybe. Hey, watch it.
I haven't. Probably should. The notes say, quick cycle solution. Even if I could find the time, I'm not sure I would want to deviate from this design, as I found it very satisfying. Yeah, see, this is a low cycle solve that is 6p, isn't 6p. It just keeps on passing the silver over the deposition as not deposition, proliferation as needed.
We enjoy a bit of the old ultra-violence around here. So that's a Clockwork Orange reference that you get if you watched a Clockwork Orange.
I haven't.
You do not enjoy a bit of the old ultra-violence then.
I do like how Hex Arm is loading the Quicksilver for proliferation, because that's exactly how fast it can trigger. But yeah, a solution like this is what I imagine for like a less than 6p min cycle solve.
Yeah, it would look something akin to this. Like, just, the proliferation would be, like, loaded with a hex arm that can handle, like, the waste conditioning or whatever.
And just, like, you know, the silver is just keep being passed over proliferation as needed, the catalyst. It doesn't actually need to stay there until the very last, but that does make it easier to think about.
Yeah.
54th, we have Roxy at 44 cycles.
The cycle count's dropping. We're at min +8.
Yeah. The notes say, hi everyone, this is my first time participating in the tournament. I'm very excited to be part of this. I know the top solves will be significantly faster, but I have honestly no idea how steep the curve is and how high up you can place with just a decently low latency and get enough throughput. Being rate limited by a glyph rather than an input or output is so weird. Anyways, this puzzle was a blast. I hope you're enjoying going through the submissions. Column 3. I am. And welcome to the tournament.
Welcome to the tournament.
You know what? Halt instruction is such a great thing for proliferation.
Halt instruction is just a good instruction.
Yeah.
Good addition.
And it feels like even more necessary because there's like mechanics that just require setup, like Severio's transformer in this in the DLC campaign that's been introduced.
Yeah, I mean that's why that instruction is introduced in like explained in the Severio's transformer puzzle.
Yeah, even though you don't need it, you can just keep on sending it back.
Yeah, you could handle it conditionally, but
I didn't.
It's like the perfect puzzle to just try it out.
Let me show you all my Severio's transformers. I was lazy. I just dropped it there.
If it's a bunch of waste, I'm going to be extremely disappointed in you.
A bunch of waste is harder to do than this. It just sets up the first. It just sets up the first lead and just keeps going.
Hold instruction.
Yeah.
I was pushing for the next chamber, the second largest chamber size, not the largest. But I did not get my way on that one.
It doesn't really matter that much in my opinion, because being wasteful on that puzzle is not easier than not being wasteful.
Yeah, but I just like it if it was outright impossible, just so there's no like even thought of it.
Somebody needs to do a solve where all they do is like make purified gold. And then reject it all the way. All right, next
What
up we
are
have...
some cool things you can do in this game? That is a question with about 50,000 answers. Depends on the metric you're trying to optimize for. Try to make things fast or slow or cheap or small or summy or Tarcley.
That's why optimization is so fun. A lot of interesting
Yeah.
questions when it comes to optimization.
Also a bunch of obscure tricks like C swapping or syrup tech.
Syrup tech,
That's
yeah.
not that obscure. But
Are those both cost techniques?
Syrup tech is more than just a cost technique, if you
Yeah.
ask me.
Fair.
It turns up in like TI, so I've seen a Sum Force record that uses it.
Anyway, so notes here say, it's very visibly unoptimized. I'm not grabbing the silver every 2 cycles, but I'd rather play with, or really anything over cycles, so this is the best it gets. We'll be shocked if this makes it to the mainstream. You're damn close to it.
Yeah, not far away.
But yeah, as is said, it doesn't grab quick silver every 2, so because it's missing the one-time arm 1 grabs it instead. I think. Maybe? I don't know. So it's not even, it's still, yeah. It's a bit more metal limited than minimum. Next up we have
I
Act 4.
think there's also a bit of... Sorry,
Yeah?
you go.
Oh, no.
I was just going to say, there's like probably also a bit of latency stuff.
Yeah. But alright, next up we have in 52nd at 43 cycles, Guilty Bystander. With no notes. The softs look so simple in comparison. Probably cheaper than a lot of the previous... No, it's more expensive because it's got a whole bunch of pistons. Oh, I see. The pistons are there to handle the waste. All the waste lead? Yeah.
Yeah, the waste handling is complicated. It's way more than just like a hex arm.
Yeah. It probably could have just been the hex arm, but it isn't. Alright. And last but not least, we have in 51st, Dr. Knockers. I think that's a new submitter.
Dr. Knockers.
Missing the... just missing the mainstream.
The unfortunate Johnny 51st spot.
Yeah. Then it'll say, save 2 cycles by not looping. Sorry, Yosh. First time participating. Yay! First time using Glyph of Proliferation. Colin 3. Yes, I did think about proliferating gold. Yes, I did think about the fact that I only picked up the silver 5 times per 12 cycles in the looping version. Neither the time nor the energy to deal with these ideas today. Well, you'll be glad to know that proliferating gold isn't necessary for min cycles.
Yeah, because it's not actually any more useful than a silver atom, because you have to reject it and you just have a bunch of extra quicksilver anyway.
Yeah, extra latency with no benefit. But the grabbing the silver as fast as possible is a factor though, because it's metal limited.
But yeah, with projection and division, I think you would want to proliferate gold.
Maybe. It's like 1 metallicity difference. I don't know if that's worth it or not.
Yeah, because it'd be eventually across 6 outputs, so it's probably eventually worth it.
Maybe.
It probably only saves like a couple cycles.
I mean, you have to generate 4 extra silver for it to be... I don't know. I don't know how... I'm not good at cycles math. I need to sit down
You'd only
and
have
think
to
about
generate
it
like I think you'd only have to generate a couple of extra, because then you can do
extra
the
silver, yeah.
You can do the triplex one, like that can finish earlier or some shit, and then you can, yeah.
Hokri says this is equal to the cycles and 50th. Ouch. Just a bit too expensive. Can we look at it? Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course, Hookery knows it's him. 60 cost away
Yeah,
from
to get
making the
min.
mainstream.
If it was right, then yeah, to get min right, you would have to proliferate gold.
Oh yeah, but it just takes more latency and it's probably not that worth it. Well, I mean, it's been provably not worth it.
For this. Oh, for actual this puzzle, not for if there were extra glyphs.
For this puzzle...
Yeah, what is min rate for this puzzle?
Actually, your proliferation limited, so I think just silver is fine.
Yeah, the gold doesn't actually, like, do anything for rate, because
yeah,
you're
you just
already,
get extra
like...
quicksilver, and you can't... I guess you can use the extra quicksilver to project your lead back up.
With a projection glyph, I guess.
A projection glyph. You can make a bunch of lead that eventually turns... I don't know. Yeah, you can't really do anything with extra quicksilver other than just feeding it back to proliferation, and proliferation is already limited, so I don't think the extra gold actually does anything.
Well, yes, you do have to dedicate silver to making quicksilver, but you'd have to, like, that's not really limiting because you're not, like, wasting metallicity because you do a Severia's transformer anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So that your silver just gets demoted down to lead and then fed back into the Severia's transformer. So, like, you always have, like, and you'd have to be pulling that silver anyway, I think.
Yeah. Having no projection makes this puzzle up to calculate min for. Or maybe it actually makes it easier. We're just like thinking of things that just would only work if there were projection.
See, this is the kind of stuff that, like, I reckon over the years to come in the future, we'll all know this shit better.
Maybe, but like, there's not like some clear math like pure projection, where you just have like a middling point where you want to purify. But even then, pure projection is so difficult to understand sometimes.
I
don't think anyone's ever done a pure projection puzzle where you have two goals yet so far. Where it's like, you have like, I don't know, like reactive lead and reactive iron, and the products are copper and gold. I have no idea where the pure projection like transition points where that will be for that puzzle. Something like that. Lilia says, even with a transformer, it's faster to proliferate gold and reject a quicksilver back into proliferation. Yeah, that is true. Like we saw with one of the other songs.
Faster for cycles, or are we talking rate still?
I think for rate, because, you know, you could... I mean, it's easier as well. For rate, if you proliferate...
Oh, I suppose that is a good argument. I suppose if it is just more convenient.
It's also faster, apparently. Is it? I don't know. I guess you are getting more metallicity. And the quicksilver is being fed back and then giving you back more metallicity again, yeah. For cycles, it's equal speed as proliferating silver. I see. Alright. Time to get Tarclin. For Tarcles, we're going to be starting at 69th place. This is where we're starting at for Tarcles. The limit was 500. I just set it at 500. There really aren't any Tarcles solves that are worse than 500, I think. I think most of them that are worse are actually just cycles. I've shown on cycles, yeah. relatively simple solve with 2 pistons. Pistons are powerful. But when it comes to speed, not as much as hex arms. Pistons are more of a space efficiency thing more than a speed thing, I would say.
I mean, pistons have turned up in winning Tarcle solves before.
Yeah, they have, the biggies.
The translational movement can prove valuable in certain situations.
Its value is access, mostly.
And the translational movement.
Yeah, and the hex arms, I guess this is Tarcles, yeah. And hex arms are powerful in that they have multi-processing capabilities.
Which is very powerful for Tarcles.
Yeah. But yeah, the note says, but haven't found I have 2 arms. And then the notes say, but haven't found the sauce. Ooh. Stream went to shit for a moment there.
I maintain Tarcles is a sum-like.
I can see that. It's a sum-like, but sometimes pistons are nice.
Yeah, that's the only caveat.
Alright, next up we have in 68th, Captain Idjit. I can delete this all right, yeah. The notes say, if I counted right, theory min for cycles is 42, with Severius Transformer 2 extra quicksilver not mattering in the finite case. Well, theory is nice and all, but actually getting silver set up in a way that can both beat the last product with no latency while still having free room to move looks like a hassle. Tournament's almost over, so I might as well use my break week and hope I don't regret it when week 10 is revealed. So this is talking about Cycles theory on the Tarcles saw. You know what this looks like? This looks like one of those fish. What is it called again? The sunfish?
Not the idiot sunfish. What, the big dinner plate thing? Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly what it looks like.
That looks like a giant, yeah. The sun. It looks like a sunfish.
That fish is such an idiot.
I googled sunfish, and the first image I got is the seal just taking a bite out of its head.
Crazy bot, I'm talking like a piston didn't get first place last week, because it didn't.
All that matters is it's not first.
Not first. Didn't get first. Come back to me when a piston solve wins.
Is LSP sum still like tied with the piston solve?
I fixed it.
No, is it not tied anymore at all now?
Oh, well, it's still tied. I want to come back to that puzzle. I think you can improve primary on that one.
Yeah.
But with a bunch of journal puzzles coming out and Dayrey Metallica and the tournament,
yeah,
there's a lot of optimization to do in the meantime.
Yeah. It's still tied, so...
But I guess more to the point, that second place piston solve was a solid 39 points away from the eventual 0th place solve, so... That's not close.
Alright, next up we have in 67, Thingy. Oh boy. I see the notes already. Alright. The solution titles. Hello everybody, my name is Tarcles. Hello everybody. I can't do a Markiplier impression. Hello everybody, my name is Tarcles. Didn't have time to do it this one, sadly. Excited to see what the top wows are. Who did that? Wait, who did that? Wow. Wow. Wow.
Hello everybody, my name is Tarcles.
Okay, those are the notes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just like popping off. That actually was what the
No,
notes said.
that's just what the note said.
Oh,
I don't even
okay.
know if my
I was
purrs
about to
went
be like,
through.
Bist, I need you to actually commentate.
Only the best commentary for the appreciation stream. Did the purring even come through?
Somewhat.
I don't know about
It was
maybe
quite
it
audible.
went through on this. Maybe it went through on the Twitch stream more than it did on Discord because Discord has more noise suppression.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah. No purring made it through. Unfortunate. Well, I have you know I did do the purrs as well because those were written in the notes. Bracket cat purr bracket.
So, in this solve, we have an example of... So, Tarcles is a metric where you don't really want gaps in your instruction tape.
That's what makes it a sum-like, right?
That's one of the things that makes it a sum-like.
Yeah.
Legitimately. Yeah, ARM 3 being very heavily limiting is like what makes the Tarkle score so big here. You could definitely, I guess, for this particular solve, have justified a fourth arm so that it was like one arm does the top input output, one arm does the bottom output. So those hex arms aren't waiting 3 to 5 business days to reactivate.
Yeah. Alright. Next up we have at 66th place at 424 Tarcles, Iris. One arm, doing 424 cycles. Well, this one doesn't have any empty instruction tapes.
Well, true. So true. Hero Piston. Yeah, look, the mainstream is for tryhards.
Mm-hmm. The mainstream has no whimsy. But yeah, it's also 1P, so this, you know, just straightforward, simple, single piston solve. As long as you can improve the cycles on your single arm solve, that's an improvement on your Tarcles. No need to worry about.
If you are hoping to make the top 50 stream, I think the next couple of weeks are going to be your best chance.
Yeah.
Just because the submission numbers aren't as high anymore.
It's also because, like, at this point, a lot of people are just making their last two. It just feels like you earn less points if you just do the last 2 weeks as well, I feel.
Like, there's also an element of burnout sets in for a lot of the players who have been submitting the entire time.
If you've submitted for all 8 weeks until this point, like, you're only gonna get extra points, extra total points if you like beat your previous worst week.
Honestly, this year's tournament format has done nothing but increase my confidence in my own format. 7-week tournament, 2 break weeks that are forced. I'm only now more confident in that approach than ever.
Yeah, I would argue 6 maybe as well, but that's maybe a little.
6 maybe, but you have to make sure you have to like squeeze every important metric is the only thing.
Yeah. I mean, it does come to a certain point where it's hard to think of metrics for puzzles, but
I guess what I mean if it's like a
for a
6-week format.
The hard part isn't fitting all the metrics. The hard part is coming up with puzzles where all the metrics are actually interesting within 6 puzzles.
Well, yeah, the problem is with 6 weeks, you don't have any wiggle room. You kind of need to make sure you've got your area puzzles and your cycles puzzles and your cost puzzles perfectly spaced out.
But what about 6 3 choose 2 weeks?
3 choose 2. I mean, that you'd definitely be able to squeeze all the metrics in, no problemo.
6 criterions. Oh, that could be a format that works too if you're not worried about having like a super inflated stream time. Fixed breaks is probably better. I would say after we've
Opus
done it
Magnum
this
players
year.
can't be trusted. Opus Magnum players can't be trusted with their own breaks.
Nope. Alright, next up we have the 65th Stack Babber. A baby's first Tarcle. Now this is starting to look Tarkly. And I'll say, I made this in the first 10 minutes of the week, and then no matter what I tried, I couldn't top it. I don't know what to make of that. How would you personally like try to improve this in terms of Tarcles? Like I
would. Sorry, you go.
Oh, I was saying I would try to merge Arm 2 and Arm 3 and then merge Arm 4 and Arm 5. I feel like, you know, you can just kind of just slot those instructions in and just slightly increase the tape loop. But have like 2 less arms. That's what I'm thinking immediately when I see this. How about you?
I and see why Stack Babber was like stuck on this. This isn't very tweakable at all.
Yeah.
You pretty much have to redesign it, I think, to actually like improve the Tarkle score from here. Like, I get what he's trying here with the arm 1 divvying out the silver in equal measure to try arms, but yeah, I feel like that approach itself could just be like maybe those tri arms that are grabbing 1 fire atom, maybe they can be like hex arms grabbing more than 1 fire atom and loading them into the arm kind of thing. Like actually thinking about like getting single arms to do more of the work.
Yeah. Hookery says, more triplex spawners. Don't need Arm 3 when you just have more triplex spawners.
That is a good point, I think. Yeah. Not a like
Triplex spawners don't matter until the secondaries, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that does also need more redesign.
Yeah. Alright. Next up we have in 64th at 395 Tarcles, Cassie Pepsi. You know, I don't think this was the Psycho Salt that we skipped. Because we skipped the Psycho Salt, that was Cassie Pepsi, that was a Tarkle Salt. But yeah, this is this handles the the distributing of the silver by having the 2 hexstones that eventually output doing it instead. Compared to the previous solve.
It seemed to me like there was a fair amount of solutions that use 5 arms. I know that's not what the top solves ultimately did, but...
I mean, 5 arms is like a decent distribution of the tasks needed.
Yeah, it's a fairly natural distribution of the task, because it's not like you can get 1 arm to do everything here. The distribution is different here than it was in the last solve, though. So there are multiple ways to get 5 arm distributions.
Next up in the 63rd, we have Fallen Healer. Oh yeah, I remember this solve being submitted last second. The notes say, wow, made it with 20 seconds on the clock.
Oh.
This one's 6 arms. It's slightly more, but it's faster. By having more triplex. Wow. This here is a solve. Yeah, this is what more triplex can do for you. It's way faster to do the triplex bonds if you don't have to finagle your atom on a finagle your molecule on a single triplex glyph. Oh yeah,
This
20
one
seconds.
is.
Yeah.
This one's not far away from being min rate without proliferation glyph, actually.
That's only 65 cycles.
Also, the website does measure seconds, so you would have known it was 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Find it funny that the notes are even typed, or maybe the notes could be edited post deadline. So you know.
Yeah, you can just edit the notes afterwards.
Yeah, and we're not downloading immediately at the deadline, so Fallen here had enough time to sneak in the notes as well. Right, next up we have in 60-second, DP101, Tarcles Prolifless. We saw the prolifball Tarcles saw from DP101, here's the prolifless one.
Prolifeless.
4 arms. The notes say...
Pro-lifeless.
Pro-lifeless. Alright, the notes say, I don't really feel like I know how the right approach for this metric on this puzzle. I've gone back and forth about whether proliferation is correct, since it costs a few arms, but in practice screwing around with the fires takes so long that grabbing silver seems fine. This is adapted from first go, where I did use proliferation, landing at 430. So this scores better, but feels less elegant in the end, so some of it is clearly designed around startup delays that no longer exist. I don't know how to feel about this metric, or this puzzle in general. I'd say the general consensus about this puzzle is that it's a banger. But sometimes when it comes to metrics like these, it's just harder to think about. Tarcles, like some likes. Some likes require a lot of more intuition, I think, and experience.
Yeah, there's also a lot of another reason I describe this as a some like is that Tarcles does the same thing with some, where more than most other metrics, it's a metric that can be won and lost at the conceptual stage when you're just coming up with your initial ideas. We saw some of the strongest Tarcles solves straight up involve like the strongest like that shit that Rebix pulled to win. Like you're not like winning Tarcles without coming up with that kind of thing.
Even in second place, Maraconda, she was like, "This, I made this in an hour."
Right, and Maraconda is one of like the best some players out there actually, and absolutely has the heuristics to crap out winning like solve like that, because some is a metric where if you just happen to place everything correctly and have the right idea from the start, you can come up with like the best solve
winning
sometimes.
Solve. Yeah
The God solve just comes to you once every 50 million years.
Alright, next up we have, and 61st, it's the 377 Tarcles Ilko. Oh, we're back to single arm. Less to talk about when it comes to single arm solves.
But I will also say, because the two original Vitriol puzzles were always two of my favorite ever puzzles that I've designed. And I do want to say, for the record, that this puzzle is every bit as good as both of my Vitriols.
It lives up to the Vitriol legacy.
Yep. Try to make a bad Vitriol puzzle challenge impossible. Actually, it's probably easy to do. Don't try and do that.
I wonder if there's any journals of Vitriols. And what Vitriol are you missing? I think white Vitriol is the thing.
I think there is also an oil of Vitriol, but I don't know how you would do that.
When it comes to color Vitriol, there's still white Vitriol that, exists in real life that we haven't seen.
There's also red Vitriol, but that involves cobalt, so you need a cobalt mod.
I mean, we've had stuff that require other metals that were just replaced with, I don't know, salts, Moors. I think most often they're replaced with Moors.
Yeah, like
Yeah, Vitriol's a real
green
thing.
vitriol is just iron sulfate.
Blue Vitriol's copper sulfate.
Yeah. But it's the actual alchemy name.
Yeah.
Like actual alchemists referred to it as that.
Orange Vitriol doesn't exist. Kazuya
No,
made
I
it
think
up.
that one was headcanon.
Yeah, Kazuya made that the fuck up. Alright. Next up, we have Vitriol at 372 Tarcles in 60th place. Orange, glad I didn't say apple.
What actually made that pun?
The notes say, quick solution for Tarcles since they don't have much spare time this week. Looks like an easy Tarcle solve. Those tape loops, they're pretty full.
That they are.
I don't see any easy improvements from this one.
Oh no. Yeah, absolutely not.
Other than, you know, I don't know, switching to hex arms. Sprinkling a few hex arms in there. Alright, next up we have in 59th, Guilty Bystander.
See, I think for Tarcles, and I actually also think this is very true for some itself, the empty instruction tape thing, it can be a good thing to watch out for, but it's not a perfect indicator of efficiency.
You also have to find
And
like the good balance between arms and cycles.
Like there are some solves that may as well be god solves that have empty space in their instruction tape. Because like a certain arm just does this one insanely efficient movement and doesn't need to do anything else.
In the end, what actually matters is the actual metric, which is arms times cycles. So you have to try to find the right balance between arms and cycles.
Right.
It's the same thing with sum, except just, you know, it's cycles and cost instead.
Right. The thing is, it's really, at the end of the day, more about like geometric efficiency, like efficiency of movement. You're trying to find a way to build the vitriol here in this puzzle specifically that just takes few movements that can be done with just a couple of arm bases.
Yeah, the removing the empty instructions trick, that's more like local shaves once you got the good idea down.
Yeah, and this isn't too dissimilar from some, because in some, armor counts actually are a pretty important thing to watch out for in regular some.
They are, well, arms are expensive. Each one is 20 at least.
Yeah, and it's for a different reason, because in some, arms are expensive. But yeah, in Tarcles, arms are simply even more expensive.
Yeah.
I guess is the way you think about it.
You do wonder why Tarcles isn't just trackless arms times cycles instead of pretending you're allowed to use track? Historical reasons.
It comes down to the whims of the tournament host. I'm pretty sure when I ran Tarcles in 2024, I straight up said you have to do it trackless. Maybe I'm spreading misinformation, but that's what I would have wanted to do anyway.
The evidence is right there. Let me check.
What did I do?
It's local anesthetic, right?
Yeah.
Nope. You use the sum of tracks, hexes plus arm bases.
What was I thinking?
You were thinking, I'm going to steal this metric that this came up with and use it as is.
No, one of my playtesters would have talked me into it. I would have totally been, let's just ditch the track altogether.
Oh yeah, if somebody told you, we should ditch it, you would say, hell yeah, we should.
No, I think so. Yeah, I won't. I don't know who would have suggested it, but yeah. No, the answer is no real reason. It may as well just be trackless, but yeah.
It's basically trackless carms. Alright, next up we have in 58th, Rosa. At 360 Tarcles.
I'm very confident none of the top 50 solves used track.
Probably not.
Probably not. Also, yes, the track cells do count the cells that have the arm on them. Every single track cell is counted.
Yeah.
So an arm on 2 track pretty much counts as 3 arms.
I mean, this is like back in my tournament where TI was actually T plus I. is when Tarcles was invented.
Yeah, that's a tradition that died.
Yeah. Maybe restrictions just weren't a thing on the website back then as well.
Nah, it was because when we were
possible.
formulating the metric for TI, there was an element of, oh, but what about players who are going to struggle to solve the puzzle trackless? And to that, I say it's a competition.
Yeah.
But that was originally what, like, I remember Haxton was big on trying to encourage it. So I blame Haxton without any actual proof.
I mean, this was my tournament was. I mean, we have used TI before, like literally the first weeklies, but like I forgot which one that. Wait, did we?
Yeah, Hornsilver was a TI puzzle.
Was it TI or T plus I? I don't remember.
No, it was T plus I.
Yep, and also back then the restrictions literally did not exist.
Actually, Hornsilver was the only T plus I puzzle where something on track actually did well because no one knew the metric yet. So Biggie actually used track and got second.
Mm-hmm.
See? T plus I had track come second, and we don't pretend track is good in TI.
Mm.
No need to pretend pistons are good in some.
Yeah, so they'll say, I'm sure there's much better ways to do this at lower arms, but it doesn't seem like I'm going to find them this week. The solve, it's straightforward. Honest, I would say. Oh, I like how it...
See, this is neat. There's not like that much like pivoting. There were previous solves that had like all this like pivoting geometry woes. This one actually just uses like a couple of more clever rotations to solve those geometry woes.
Mm-hmm. DP says, TI sounds pointlessly restrictive until you see an I solution and then you understand everything. Same with CARMs, honestly. Not that, single arm cycles isn't an uninteresting metric, but, that's just not the thing what you feel like CARMs would look like. Trackless CARMs is like more of an intended CARMs.
Yeah.
And actual CARMs is actually single arm cycles in disguise.
See, I wouldn't mind if we just took the mask off and just, hey, this is a single arm cycles puzzle.
Yeah.
Because those actually can be cool.
They can be, but the reason I didn't just suggest that straight up for like quiet hours, because CARMs was my suggestion, is that, it's nice to have a bit of a further spread.
Yeah, fair enough.
When it comes to like tournament puzzles, where it's, I still think of tournament puzzles sometimes as still a bit of a knowledge check. It's not the only thing, but like a bit of knowledge will help you out. All right, next up we have in 57, 42 Genus 42. This is 2 arms, so it gets it for it to be a bit slower. The notes say, Tarcles, TM, add cycles if no time to make a monster and properly understand the new glyph. Still need to do chapter 3 of DRM. Single arm came to 407, so 350 for 2 arms, much better. Low effort constellation stream banker solve so far. If seen, didn't really have time or willpower to improve. That's just how some weeks go.
I would recommend playing Chapter 3 of the new DLC.
Yeah, it's fun.
Genius. It's a good, cool glyph.
I mean, for the most part, you're doing X-Materion via Quicksilver, and then you're dealing with 2 fucking crystals. That's how I feel when doing it. Because especially when I'm solving for area.
Actually, yeah, an area main would say that about the last 2 puzzles.
Yeah.
See, in the main campaign, Curious Lipstick at least is not a crystal.
Experimental Catalyst as not a crystal might have been interesting. Make it like, I don't know, reconstructed solvent ass shape.
Neither of those were my puzzles, so That's a complaint you got to take up with RPO.
How would you have created like the last 2 puzzles?
I
mean,
so there was a
think
point.
Powder Meadow was fine. Well, I mean, yeah, Powder Meadow was fine in my opinion.
There was a point where I kind of wanted to design the last puzzle of the campaign, but RPO ended up being the one that took a crack at it. And Patent Metal, I do like Patent Metal as a puzzle.
I like Powder Meadow. Experimental Catalyst is also a okay puzzle, but I just feel like there's missing a. Maybe there could have been one more puzzle that's a Curious Lipstick like. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Experimental Catalyst is the universal solvent like. I would say. It's basically universal solvent.
I think I would have liked a Curious Lipstick like some giant weird shape.
Those of you, if you're thinking of puzzles for the journal, now you know what Zorflax wants.
I will say there was one puzzle. That puzzle became Grenade Pellet. Grenade Pellet I was hoping to get that one into the campaign, and unfortunately that one got knocked back from the campaign, and I was very sad about that. I'm happy it gets to live on as a journal puzzle, but
it really does just give more journal vibes.
It could have been a campaign puzzle.
It could have been. But having like a no debonder restriction, that just feels more like a journal type shit.
See, that would have been funny. It would have been like they turned up to Rivari's lab and Rivari's like, oh, I haven't gotten the unbonders yet. Be back in a sec, fellas. Oh, and they're like, oh, great. What are we meant to do without unbonders? And then they solve the puzzle, and then he turns back up with his unbonders. And then they explain to him, it would have worked. It could have worked.
It could. I mean, I'm looking at I guess Invariant Metal exists. I don't think too much about this puzzle. Apparently Rivari doesn't either. It is the last interesting Cycles puzzle though, I think, in the campaign.
See, that puzzle, Invariant Metal, was meant to be the last puzzle of Chapter 2, but because we cut...
It does look like it. It does look like it's supposed to be in Chapter 2.
Because we cut both Grenade Pellet and Mooring Cable from Chapter 3, suddenly Chapter 3 was light on puzzles. That's the reason that's a Chapter 3 puzzle.
You should have made a quick... You should have made it... This should have been the Curious Lipstick like. Honestly. And I don't know, just... merge Symposium agenda and presentation? No, just get rid of Sigmar's Garden, actually.
Never.
That's a joke.
Death before getting rid of Sigmar's Garden.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Sigmar's Garden, but it's definitely nice to have a DOC version. It's exactly you gotta have one. Alright,
Sigmar's Garden, it's good, good game. Anyway, we should move on to the next solve.
Yeah. This is just really just a yapping stream while we look at the top 50, not 50, worse than 50th songs. It was in 56th place. We have Savakra at 346 Tarcles. Oh yeah, Invariant Meadow is a cool solve, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it fits Chapter 3. And
it was meant to be Chapter 2.
It just isn't really much of a Chapter 2. But it's just it's definitely just more Chapter 2 vibes, because it's more like a glyph per chapter.
Because I know some people play through the campaign for the first time, and then they get to Chapter 3 and they're like, oh, no new glyph after all. And then you get to the second puzzle that introduces like, oh wait, no, there is a new glyph.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bit of like this weird like
Is the main
tonal...
game actually just a new glyph per chapter as well?
Well, no, but the DLC
No.
sets that precedent.
Yeah, the
because
DLC
chapter
does
1,
that, yeah.
Yeah, like first puzzle chapter 1, first puzzle chapter 2, and it was meant to be first puzzle chapter 3 to keep that going.
Yeah, I didn't know this because I knew proliferation existed. So I didn't actually feel that.
But a lot of players like, oh, okay, guess there's no new glyph for chapter 3.
Yeah.
Guess it's just like 2 new glyphs, and then you find out that there's a third glyph, but yeah.
And it's the coolest looking one.
And it's the coolest looking one.
I won't make any judgment on which glyph is the best because they're all pretty damn great.
Yeah, I don't think I could pick a favorite.
Anyways, this soft.
So these two arm solves, specifically 2 piston solves, they are getting slightly faster.
Mm-hmm.
A hex arm would speed these up. That I guess that's only like really the main point of improvement from here with these 2 arm solves.
Mm-hmm. Alright, next up we have in 55th, Spiritual Shampoo. Cringe. Oh, what is this bullshit? What am I looking at?
What? Oh no.
Oh, it's just breaking. I thought it was gonna do the Rebix. No, who was it?
Yeah, Rebix. No.
Was it?
Yeah.
There was. Oh yeah, the Rebix solve. I thought it was gonna look like the Rebix solve, but if it was like the Rebix solve, it would be up there and not here.
Yeah.
This is 2-arm piston batching. Bricking. This is some solid bricking though. There are no notes. As with usual with Spiritual Shampoo.
The solution speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm. Has 2 D-bonds even. I guess a lot of those top solves actually use D-bonds, just because like a common motif was like chirality correcting.
Well, yeah, Tarcles. I mean,
like you build.
A lot of the previous Tarcles puzzles involved like minor surgery.
Yeah, because it's like
it's
even easier here because like you build the normal product, and then after you output 6 of them, you use the same mechanism but send it further, and now you like do surgery on it and turn it into triplex.
If I think about it, lubricating solvents, like obviously there was like a shitload of surgery because like method itself.
Yeah, is surgery. That's the breaking Tarcles solve.
And local anesthetic appeared as if it wouldn't have much surgery, and then Biggie's winning solve had an absolute shitload of surgery.
Yeah, it's funny how surgery is this powerful in Tarcles.
Surgery is a powerful Tarcles motif. Just bond everything together and fix it later is a great Tarcles thing, because if you bond everything together early, like you can bond it together in really quick, convenient ways.
It goes with the motif
wave over a couple of debonders.
Of parallel processing.
Yeah. Actually, that's another one. That's a good way of describing it. I think Rebix's winning solve demonstrates just how good that parallel processing aspect of it is.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving on.
One-arm cycle solves kind of also does that.
Yeah.
At least when there is bonding required.
Not in quiet hours. Right, next up we have in 54th place at 342 Tarcles. 2 Tarcles better. We have Adventure Ruler. Oh, that's a lot of arms. Yep. We went to 2 arms, back to 6 arms.
Jeez.
Now this one's really straightforward. I mean, this goes with the simple concept that if you look at the outputs, the silvers are 2 spaces apart. And guess what's good at making things 2 spaces apart? 2 length 2 hex arms.
The length 3 hex arm has a really cool swing though, actually.
Oh yeah, true. Like this part is just so smooth when arm 3 grabs and like rotates everything and just all fits into place. I don't have.
That's so cool that that doesn't collide.
Yeah, I wish I had slowdown mod for once this time.
Oh. I remember some of those, back when I was streaming Blue Vitriol, actually, I had that slowdown mod, and there were, for rate, there were a lot of absolutely sick non-collisions. And I still have a few of those slowdown mod moments in my head.
Yeah.
Like Fiesta's Pog Swing. Oh.
We love the Pog Swing.
Sergi D's Solve. Ah.
But yeah, in case people don't know what a Pog Swing is, oops.
You can probably demonstrate it, actually.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. This is a Pog Swing. You can do that. It doesn't crash.
Yeah, that just works.
Yeah. I mean, you can even put them like one closer, I believe. Yeah.
Now, what happened in Blue Vitriol on a couple of solves, imagine that these weren't just one atoms, and imagine these were like entire clumps of like 4 atom molecules, and it still worked.
Anyways, so asking how does that not what's the best way to demonstrate why this doesn't collide? One moment. Here we go. Look, it's like it's barely gonna miss each other. But yeah, it's an easy way to swap to the position of two things that are 3 tiles apart. Yeah, this is why it doesn't collide, because the radius of the circle like makes it so that they can pass each other just like that. What is Tarcles? It's trackless carms. There, that's the easiest way to describe it. What's carms? Cycles times arms. So it's trackless cycles times arms. And if we're not looking at the Tarcles solve right now, we're looking at the Pog Swing. back to the Tarcles solve. But yeah, cool swings like that are fun to find in the game. Alright, next up we have in 53rd at 339 Tarcles, Tunnel Vision. The notes say, I think there's something fundamental I don't understand about Tarcles. Came up with this early in the week, and none of my ideas after that were close.
I guess you could say you had tunnel vision.
We do mention tunnel vision a lot in this in the tournament.
Don't even think that's the first time I've made that joke.
That's definitely not the first time that joke's been made. Crazy about saying, fun to see all these new players who have done so well still didn't know about the Pog Swing. Pog Swing is cool as fuck. We love the Pog Swing. There's a reason it's called the Pog Swing. Most people never tried doing that swing, so they never learn. Yeah. It's like something someone found out one day and the knowledge spread throughout the community. And sometimes it's come up useful. Occasionally.
It's the kind of thing that comes up during the off-season. So if you weren't here for off-season, it doesn't get brought up in tournament unless it's actually used, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, it's brought up now, so you've learned, I guess. Alright, in 52nd, we have Golden Boy. I'm gonna have to meow for Golden Boy now, aren't I? The notes say, this Tarcles solution feels somewhat efficient, which naturally means it'll be 80th place. I'm looking forward to see what the good solutions do. HMAC says, since Revic's rotation-dependent solve on Rochambeau, I try everything when I'm desperate. Yeah, collision can be jank in this game. Also, this does just look like a clean Tarcles solve. I guess there's just...
It looks like quite a clean Tarcle solve.
Yeah. We're getting at, like, you know, the cusp of top 50, and all of these are... most of all of these are just going to look really clean.
This looks very Tarcly.
Our channel asked how in world would a solve be rotation dependent? Because of the shape of a hexagon. The hexagon is taller than it is wide, or is it wider than it is tall? Because you can't represent a hexagon in integer pixels.
So to actually answer the question, it would be rotation dependent if a particular non-collision was like really, 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 really close to colliding.
Yeah.
At some point, rotating the entire solve makes that particular solution either crash or not crash.
But yeah, you can't represent a hexagon perfectly with integer pixel counts, so... And the game bases measurements off of those pixel counts. It does its calculation based off of those. Is the explanation I've heard. So some solutions...
I'm pretty sure that's correct, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, if a collision was very narrowly missed in some rotations, like, it may, like, in a different rotation just crash. Yeah. Alright, next up we have, last but not least, 336 Tarcles, Joseph. Oh my god, everybody's just getting their meows in. Let's say...
There's so many people putting meows in the notes.
Yeah, they're saying, like, it's like consolation for not making the mainstream, I guess. And this barely missed the mainstream. The notes say, this feels like a really bad Tarcles solve, especially looking at some of the good Tarcles solves from the other tournaments, but I suspect it won't click for me until I see some better solves for this puzzle specifically, since I've actually spent time interacting with it.
Has anyone incorrectly requested a meow who made mainstream?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
do their requests get like shot down ruthlessly? Like Kazion's just like, no, kind of thing.
No, Kazion says the word meow.
Oh. I'm just imagining him just being all like, no meowing. This is mainstream. It's time to lock in, everyone.
He doesn't do that. He just says the word meow as if it's any other normal word unenthusiastically. Also, hell yeah, the purring came through. I beat Nirmana by 2 minutes. Let's fucking go.
Nice. So we can just like end the stream right now and play it.
I don't think I'm planning on buying it immediately. Maybe. I shall see.
I'm planning on going to sleep.
That is a good idea. But yeah, here we are at 51. And I suppose this is where we'll be ending the stream. So thank you all for coming. I do not know if we'll see you all. Yeah.
Before we end, I'd like to give out confirmation that the release of UVS Nirmana will not delay the next journal release.
Oh yeah. I know which one I'm looking more for.
Yeah, the journal.
Mm-hmm. But alright.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
I do not know if we'll be seeing you all next week, because we have to see the submission count. But if we do, it'll probably be the usual time, which is an hour later than we started today, I think. And
I'll probably be back next week, if that's the case then, because I have a lot more spare time now, at the moment.
But yeah. Go play UVS Nirmana, y'all.